coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. I couldn't have said it better, folks. Welcome to our call. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Eric F. King, and we are so excited to be here with you once again. I have Leah Garcia, Zan Anagru, and Annie Usung here from all over the world. And we are talking about an incredible topic today. Strategies for building business relationships, which we know is so important. It's so important, and especially nowadays, because of social media, a lot of people just think, hey, you just get on social media and just start sending your messages to people and seeing how many people buy, and they realize that nobody buys. Like you can get a lot of no's in one day. You're like, wait a minute, this ain't working. Well, it's not like it's not working. It's just that they don't know you yet. They don't know you. They don't like you yet. They don't trust you yet, right? So the key is to build business relationships. And we're going to dive right in today to learn how to do that, right? So first of all, if you're joining us today from any of the platforms, let's say hello, say hi, I'm here from, say what state or what country you're in. And then also you have the opportunity to ask questions. So put your questions in the chat. Basically, just write the word question first and then write your question in the chat, and we'll definitely get to it. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go to our first speaker who hails out of California. Yes, where it is 4:02 in the morning. So she woke up very early to help you guys today. So you guys want to definitely take notes and listen to whatever she has to say. She is our financial specialist, okay? Our financial guru, right? The person you go to if you want to learn how to make money, invest money, all things money, okay? And as we know, money is very important in life, right? She is also a third-degree black belt, which means she is a very disciplined person, and also means you don't want to mess with her because she will body slam you, all right? And you don't want that, right? Don't let the smile fool you. So we're excited to have her here today to share her wisdom with us. So without further ado, Leah Garcia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. And it's really my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so that you can build that legacy and create generational wealth for your family. You know, I love what you're saying, Eric, is people want to focus on getting 10,000 followers, 1 million followers, 2 million followers. My question is always, how many of those people do you know? Right. So today we're talking about strategies for building business relationships. And, you know, I love this topic. I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets. I'm going to talk fast, so be ready. Don't miss these little golden nuggets here. So number 1, I would say, listen, don't dabble, master. If I could master anything, if I could be known for being the queen of anything, I would want to be known for being the queen of knowing people. How to Win Friends and Influence People is an incredible book. A lot of people miss it because it's old-fashioned. They think it's outdated. It is still relevant to this day. Read that book. Study that book. I study that book about once every year, but I'm realizing I need to study it probably every single month. If you want to gather people, you got to know how to be attractive to people. They say a great man shows his greatness by how he treats the little man. I put it this way. I watch how you treat people who can do nothing for you. That is truly what I do. I watch how you treat the waiter. I watch how you treat the doorman. I watch how you treat the maid that comes in to clean your room. Are you leaving it all cluttered and everything, or do you put everything all neat and organized? I think that is so critical. Number 2, follow up, follow up, follow up. Folks, use a CRM. Okay, you don't have to remember all of these details about people. I used to think that I could. Oh yeah, I'm so good at knowing people that I can remember everything about Zion and where he's from and about the Godfather and about Eric. No, we use a CRM so that you can put all those notes in there. Things about their kids and their family, right? Things that are important to them. They say that cash is king, and I do believe that. I do believe that. But I believe that connections are queen. Number 3, TTP. TTP. And if that doesn't work, TTMP. Okay? TTP, talk to people. We have to talk to people. We have to get to know them. Have a coffee chat. I love doing 7-minute no pitch coffee chats. And people think, well, how do you do that? Leah, that sounds so intimidating. How do you get to know people? Gosh, I don't know. We're on a LinkedIn social media platform here. Guess what? Their information is a lot of times in their profile. Take a peek. Send them an email. Send them a direct message. How about if you give them a phone call? I have literally done that. Give them a phone call. We're connected. How you doing? What do you say? Introduce yourself. How about that? Introduce yourself. We're connected. How about if we get to know each other? Add value, folks. Have a resource for them. Solve a problem. Listen, maybe they just need someone to listen to them. We are in such a quick life right now. And so many people don't ever take the time to have a little simple conversation. Does it mean they're going to buy your widget? I don't know. But that is one person who knows you and what you do. You want everyone you know to know how to introduce you. A.L. Williams says, everyone has a sign on their forehead that says, make me feel special. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that. And your income matches the quality of your relationships. Invest in people and the profits will follow. So that's what I got up at 2 a.m. to share with you, Eric. And with that, I hand it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, we are appreciative that you did wake up that early because we got a lot of nuggets here, information that we can use in our business now and forever. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. All right. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. So we're going to go from California all the way up to Europe to hear from my good friend who is a fame expert. So he's the guy that helps you become famous. So people know you, so people know, like, and trust you, right? Especially on LinkedIn. He introduced me to building connections on LinkedIn. And I'll tell you, I can't even tell you how many people I connect with every day on LinkedIn now. It's like, now I have an assistant because there's so many, right? And it's a blessing to be able to do that, right? Because a lot of people don't even know how. So if you want to know how to do that, this is the guy. He is the guy that can help you to build infinite connections, real connections. All right. So without further ado, let's go to London to hear from Annie Awesome. You are muted now.
Yeah, I'm muted now. No, thank you so much. Curtis, I see you in the audience. Great to see you. I was in his room the other day and talking serious talk. There's a reason why I'm talking about Curtis. I haven't only lost my mind, right? My friends, relationships is a very weird thing, I think people see in days gone by. Let me start here. In days gone by, I had to get out, have a shower, leave my house to go and meet people, to meet them, right? I will meet them otherwise. And if I don't meet them, I can't do anything. There's nothing's going to happen. They can't buy from me. I can't buy from them. We don't even know each other. See, and then social media came, and then the internet came in, gave us access to the whole world. And amazingly, they're forming fewer relationships, even though they've got access to billions of people. How does that work, right? See, there's a weirdism in all of this. Queen Leah mentioned many of them. And the reason I mentioned Curtis is because it's part of building relationships, right? We have to learn to use the online world. When I look for a definition of relationships, it said to be connected. Yeah, that's the start, right? We connect to lots of people every day. What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. You just connect. Nothing happens. As Queen Leah said, meet people. Again, look, it's not rocket science, my friends. Now, what we're talking about today is simply, do you care about people? If you do, show them you care. then they'll care about you. That's the relationship. When Eric says, we'll build connections, of course we do. But what we also do is build communities of people who know you, like you, and trust you. See, when you do that, as Leah said, money comes. But money comes because you now have a group of people who, when they need you, they will call you. Yay! It's a two-way street. This relationship thing. It's not a one-way street. It's not just you doing, right? It's a two-way street. So there's many components. Now, of course, connect to start with, and then meet them. Meet people. I must meet 3 people a week at least, every week. If I can make 2 of those people, even one of those people, my best friend, over a year, how many new friends do I have? And you wonder why. Well, I don't wonder why. That's how I get customers, basically, right? When they need me, then when the time is right for them, they will come ask, Annie, can you help me? When I need them, I do the same. Don't be that friend who is not really a friend. I don't know what to call them, right? I shan't be rude today. That person who, your friend who talks to you, they know what you do, and they're like, oh, Eric, I'm interested in your sales program. I really am. When the time comes, Eric, when the time comes. And then when the time comes, they've gone to gym. You're like, what? That's not a friend, right? We haven't got a relationship. We can't have, that's not a real relationship. It's my cue to say to you, you have to care about people, genuinely care about them. If you don't care about them, they won't care about you. And that's what many people are not doing today. They don't really care. For all the care means, loyalty, real friendship, and that dreaded word no one likes, time, my friends, time. Spend time with your friends. If you don't spend time with them, you're not friends. How friends are you if you don't spend time with someone? This is where things go wrong in relationships, right? If you don't spend time with your partner, they will look somewhere else. They'll be looking at you going, you left me bored. You can't blame them for that, right? Same as in business. You don't spend time with your potential customers, your friends, not them, and they run the other way. Don't blame them for that. That's on you, right? Spend time. Coffee chats, yes, for sure. Phone calls, yes. WhatsApp is free. You call people, spend time with them. Care. I'm not said sell to them at all. Just be their friend. If when the time comes, they need your help. Help them. If you need their help, reach out to them. The more you do that, my friends, the better your life will be and your business will be. And it's not rocket science. I keep saying that those words because it is as simple as it sounds. Keep interested, keep honest, have good intentions, and be a good friend. That's how relationships are formed. I'll leave it there, Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Words of wisdom. Another TED Talk this morning. Thank you so much, Annie. We appreciate it. And by the way, for those of you that are listening in, let us know where you are zooming in from, or where you are, right? So don't just say hello. Say hello from wherever you are, okay? So welcome, Carl from the UK. We know where she is, all right? Marty, okay, you said USA. Let us know what state. All right, Amanda, welcome from Sri Lanka. Appreciate you. Ardelia, South Africa in the house. Okay, welcome. Let's see. Obu, welcome. Curtis, welcome. Good to see you. Deanna, good to see you. Spencer, welcome. Lisa, good to see you. All right. Gifty, welcome to the call. Nell, welcome to the call. And there are a lot of other people. So just keep putting it in the chat. All right. So we're going to keep going. By the way, if you have a question, right, put question in the chat and then write your question. And remember, the people here on this call, we all have experience with the topic, right? I only choose topics for which we all have experience in. So anytime you are, in the presence of somebody who has knowledge on a certain topic, you want to get as much as you can from that person, right? So that's why I ask you to ask questions. And Gifty, thank you. She's from Ghana. You see how she did it? From Ghana. Okay, appreciate you. She takes it. Nia is from Netherlands. All right. Neil is from Netherlands. All right. Awesome. All right. So let's keep going. I do have a few pointers that I want to share with you today. By the way, I have been actively networking for over 20 years. I just realized that. Man, I'm getting old. Wow. Like I've been I've been going to these networking events for over 20 years. And it's changed my life, right? It's allowed me to live the life of my dreams, right? Because I don't have to chase people because I just know a lot of people, right? All right. So let me just tell you this story real quick. So it was in 2019. I thought of an idea of creating a business networking group. Okay, and I live in Virginia, but I decided to do it in Maryland because I know there are a lot of business owners in that area. So I would drive an hour and 15 minutes to this event that I created, right, in a little room. The first day we had 8 people, and I was really excited. We had 8 people. And I told them, they said, Eric, this is so awesome. We get to talk about our businesses, to network. And they said, how often do you do these? And I said, well, I just started, but I'll do it next week if you guys show up. And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll show up. So I set it up. I paid, I think it was $250 for the room. And next week came, 7 o'clock came, and I was the only one in the room. 7:30, I was the only one. 8 o'clock, I was the only one. So we call it a no-show. Everybody was a no-show but me. Sometimes we call it a me show because I was the only one that showed, right? Me show. So I was the only one in the room. I've driven 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'm the only one there. And now I have to drive another 1 hour, 15 minutes. But I realized that in business, things don't always work out the way you expect it to. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do it next week anyway. So anyway, I did it. So now we have people coming to this event every week, networking, getting to know each other. But I'm doing all this driving. And then I started another one in another area, which I drove to, which is about another hour, right? And I'm driving all over the place. And then, like Annie said, we came up with the internet. We came up with a meetup, right? So I said, hey, we can start groups, right, without me having to drive. And then we started one in Northern Virginia, then New York, right? Then we started one in Dallas, Texas, then Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right? So now we're all over the country, right? And people are jumping into our calls. Now we do them 3 times a week, for people all over the country. And it's free, by the way. And it's for people to connect and network and get to know each other. So if that's what you want to do, then here's some advice I'll give you. You can join our Promote Your Business Inner Circle, okay? We're going to start charging very soon, but for now it's free, right? You're able to join, and when I say for now, when you join, it's free for life. Like as you join before we start charging, then it's free for life. And you'll be able to connect with others, promote your events, come to our events, all of that. So if you're interested, guys, go to Promote Your Business Meetup. Go to PYBIC. I'm going to put it in the chat, make it easy. PYBIC, okay? And basically that is Promote Your Business Inner Circle, PYBIC, okay? And you can join us at no cost, right? So it's in the chat right there. PYBIC.com. All right. So I want to share that with you because I know there's some people here that would love to be a part of this community of ours. All right. So 4 tips real quick. First tip is always build rapport with the people you meet, right? So let's say you get on a Zoom with somebody. Don't say something like, hey, Zion, thank you for taking time with me. Let's dive right into it. Let me tell you what I do and then see if you're interested in buying. Don't ever do that. Okay, don't do that because now you're just you're treating them like they're just they're just here to buy, right? And then you're treating your offer like it's a commodity, right? What you want to say, hey Zion, good to meet you. I love your background. Wow, how did you do that? You put Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, all on your background. That is unique. That is awesome, right? So I'm connecting, right? And I'm saying, hey, Zion, so I heard you're from Nigeria, right? Oh man, I heard Nigeria is one of the fastest. They have the largest population in Africa. And he's like, yeah, and we start talking, right? So what you want to do is you want to connect with the people you meet. Okay. Another thing you can do is do some research before you meet them. Hey, Leah, I was actually on your page. I noticed that you had an ebook, and I downloaded it. Oh my God, I got so much value from it. Thank you so much. Imagine starting your conversation with Leah like that. She already likes you. She already likes you, right? So that's the thing. You want to build rapport with the people you meet. Find common ground, something that you can talk about. Okay. Look, what I'm giving you guys is gold. This seems easy, but most people don't do it. Common sense is not common. All right. Common sense is not common. All right. So that's number one. Number two, listen more than you speak. Listen more than you speak. And you're like, well, Eric, how does that work? How am I going to sell my stuff if I'm listening more than I speak? Well, guess what? You're not going to sell your stuff if you're speaking more than you listen. All right. You want to listen more than you speak. If you meet somebody at an event, if I meet Annie and I say, hey, Annie, so what do you do? And Annie says, well, I make people famous. I put people on LinkedIn. I connect people. I'm like, really? That is cool. Wait, when did you start that? Wait, how did you do? And I'm asking him these questions. Now he's getting to know, like, and trust me because I'm attentive to him. And eventually Annie's going to say, so wait, Eric, so but what do you do though? And I'm going to say, oh, I'll tell you. Now he's all ears because he noticed that I care about what he does, and now he cares about what I do. All right? All right. So that's number two. Number three is this. Offer value first. Offer value first. Right? So I have been on calls with people or meeting people one-to-one where I noticed quite early in the conversation that they'll never buy from me. Whether they're not a good fit or they don't have any money or like I know like almost instantly in a few minutes. But guess what? I still treat them like gold. I still treat them like gold. I still pay attention to them. I give them as much value as I can, right, to help them. I ask them how else can I help you today? And sometimes they're like taken aback, like, wow, like Eric is helping me and I'm not even sending him money. But guess what? Later on in the future, they may end up making money. And I'm the first person they call. Like, Eric, I'm ready to go now. I'm ready. Or they can refer me somebody who does have money, right? So I think Leah said it, right? Just treat people with respect. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's bottom line, right? If you go to successwitheric.com, you click on work with me, you'll see tons and tons and tons of testimonials of people that I've helped. And the thing is, when other people see that, they're like, oh, wow, maybe I should do business with them, right? So when you're helping people, you're helping yourself. You're helping yourself. All right. And then lastly is this. I think Leah alluded to it or somebody alluded to it. And this is it. Focus on high touch, not high tech. High touch, not high tech. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, Eric, I see you online. I see you all over the place. What do you mean? You're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. It's true. I'm on all those things. However, my focus is not to build a following. My focus is to build relationships, right? My focus is to build relationships. I know a lady who has 40,000 connections on Instagram or more. And she doesn't really make much money at all. And this is something she told me. She said, I don't really make money. I just have a lot of people connecting to me, right? So it's not just people connecting to you. It's you getting to know them. Just make more friends. Just make it easy for yourself. Like, I'm going to make more friends today. That's much easier than I need to serve somebody today, all right? Make more friends because when you connect with people and you get to know people on a deeper level, you're able to find out what they really need. And then you're able to provide your offer, which is your product or your service, right? So you want to make more friends, get to know them, let people get to know you. And it's better to have 100 friends than to have 10,000 followers. Trust me on that. It's better to have 100 friends than 10,000 followers because 10,000 followers that don't know you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're just following you, right? So write that down somewhere. I should create some kind of post about that. I like what I just said. I don't remember what it is, but somebody put in the chat what I just said. somebody put in the chat what I just said, and I get my VA to put it up there somewhere. So that's what I want to share with you all in terms of building relationships. Look, folks, it can change your life. It can change your life. I wish I knew this 20 years ago. I didn't know, right? I was just going one by one, trying to sell what I have, and then no one was buying. I was like, what's wrong with these people, right? So yeah, appreciate it. All right, so let's keep going. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, good to see you. Let's keep going. So our next speaker. Oh, by the way, before I forget, you guys can see Eric F. King /studiospeaking.com. That's my main gig. That's what I do. That's how I help people. So if you want to learn more about speaking on my stages, go to studiospeaking.com and I'll tell you all about it. All right, so let's keep going. Our next speaker hails from Nigeria, all the way across the world, and he helps people in this negative world. Do you know that if you put on CNN, the first 5, 6, 7 stories are negative? Try it. If you don't believe me, try it. So I want to prove Eric wrong. Try it. First 5 or 6 stories are negative. Something negative or divisive, right? CNN, constant negative news. That's what it stands for, at least in my head, right? And because of that, when you take that negativity in the morning and then you start your day and then the cat gets sick and then the car breaks down, now you have more negativity coming, and then you want to do something in your business and it doesn't work out, more negativity, and then you're like, oh, it's a bad day, which leads to a bad week, which leads to a bad month. There's that, you know what, that year, I just work on the next year. Now you have a bad year. Now the bad year turns into a bad decade. Right? All you needed was to hear from this guy, right? And you wouldn't have a bad day, right? This guy is an expert around the world. People know him as Mr. Positivity. So without stealing his thunder, I want to introduce to you Zion Enagru. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's always exciting when you get to introduce us, making us feel pressure. This is what we are talking about. You have to make people feel pressure for you to have a relationship with them. So it's always a privilege to be here. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Eni and Leah and to yourself and Eric for putting the show together. And I tell you, I come here to speak, but I sit here as a learner because so much nugget is being given out free of charge on a Monday morning like this to kickstart our week. And it's just so amazing. And I tell you, make sure you are writing things down. Or if anything skipped you, make sure you watch the replay. Why? Because this event is tailor-made for you. And today's topic is very powerful, strategy for building relationship. If there's one thing I've learned, building is building. There's no way around it. Relationship must be built. A good relationship is not fun as you're walking on the street. No, it is being built. And this is something we must understand. There are people, you meet somebody today and you're expecting the friendship to be so glued. It doesn't happen overnight. So one thing you must understand is every relationship is built. I love talking from a place of a positive mindset because it's very, very important. The reason why you will grow, the reason why you're going to get better, it all starts from your mind. And being able to cultivate a positive mindset when it comes to building relationship, it's key. It's very, very important. For me, in building relationship, how I use positive mindset to be able to build a business relationship. One, I don't see other business as a competitor. No, we do not compete. We complete one another. So when you go with that mindset, you can be able to build relationship with people. You might be doing the same thing, but you cannot do it the way I do it. With that mindset, I'm not competing with you. So the reason why people are scared to build business relationship is, Eric is doing what I'm doing. If I talk to him, he's going to take my idea to improve himself. It's good. No. That's why you must have the right mindset. What you do is unique. Nobody can do it the way you do it. Nobody. And that's why the right mindset is very, very important. When you begin to see people as not your competitor, it gives you the room to get closer to them. You're not competing with anybody. The sky is big enough for all the birds to fly. The world is, there are so many people enough in the world that all the business can have clients. You can have people patronizing you. So that with that mindset, you are open to growth and becoming a better person. So as a business person, as an entrepreneur, do well to work with people. And that's where the power of collaboration comes in. Together we can do so much more. Together we can create more ripple effects. Businesses leveraging on businesses. Businesses supporting business. That's how we grow to become better. Everyone here on your screen, we all have our businesses. But here we are working together to bring the energy, to bring the nugget, to bring the wisdom to you. So you must approach building relationship as a business with the right mindset, knowing fully well that when you work with people, the more the merrier. The more we build resources together, the more we collaborate, the bigger we have to become. The second point is be intentional about supporting people. Do not wait for people to ask for help. Who can you help before you do it? See, when you support people without them even asking you to support them, it goes a long way. It goes a long way to impact them. It goes a long way to make them feel valued and appreciated. There are people who does things and you go in there, oh, and I see what you do, an amazing job, an amazing work. Appreciate people, support people, be intentional about other businesses too. There are people who go out there, you want people to support you, but you have never one day support other persons. It doesn't work like that. People are watching, people are taking notes. In fact, you don't even have to support me for me to take note of you. You might be supporting somebody else. And I'll be like, oh, I love the way you are supporting this person. Then I can come in and support you as well. People are watching you. So you have to be very, very intentional. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, do well to support other business. And I tell you, it has a ripple effect. When you support people, people will support you. When you're intentional about people, people will be intentional about you as well. And that's why it's very, very important. Do not be a lone warrior or a one-man army. You think you can do it all by yourself. You think difficult times will come, challenges will come. But if you can collaborate with other businesses, these are people who will hold your hand through your tough times. These are people who will dare to stand with you, to encourage you, to support you when you go through your challenging time. And lastly, I will end with this. Networking is very important. You do not network in your room. You have to go out there. You have to go out, attend industry events. And now we have online spaces. It's not a time to say, oh, I'm a quiet person. I don't love talking to people. If you look at the word relationship, it is born from the word relates. The ability to communicate, the ability to connect with others. So you must be willing to communicate and connect with people. That's how relationship is being born. So reach out to people, attend events like this. If you look at the comment section, there are people joining in from all over the world. And it gives you an opportunity in the palm of your hand to reach out to a global audience. So attend events, attend seminar, work with people. And I tell you, you're going to experience a tremendous growth in your business in a way that you have never done. And if you can be able to apply this nugget that we have shared with you, I tell you, you are open to so much possibilities that are waiting. So thank you so much for listening, everyone. I'll yield my back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. Golden nuggets. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. All right, all right. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna go and into the questions. By the way, I noticed. What is it? Let's see. What's her name? Let me get up here. Okay, Miss Zilby. I think that's what her name. Thank you so much for putting this in the chat right here. Yes, what I said, what I said, I forgot I said it. Yeah, it is better to have 100 genuine friends than 10,000 followers. Thank you. I'm good. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. Because I'm gonna forget what I said. I love it. Yes, that's gonna be a post. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. All right. I understand. Coral said that's a great question. So I'm assuming she asked the question, but I don't see it. So, Coral, if you can tell me what question Miss Azil B asked, I would love to have her. I'd love to address that question. All right. So, if you can do that, thank you. All right. In the meantime, let's get to some questions here. Let's get to some questions, and the first question will be from Miss Coral from across the pond. All right. Here's one. Carl says, from your experience, how do you quickly establish trust when meeting with someone for the first time in a professional setting? Great question. Great question, because most people don't know how. They just jump right in, right? So we're going to go to Annie to start off, and then Leah. Go ahead.
See, I'm one of those strange people. I trust everyone. I love everyone I meet. And then I give them a chance to either reinforce that trust or blow it. And then many other people go the other way. They won't trust anyone until never. So I love everyone I meet, and I can give that space to be themselves, and then let's see how we go. Yeah, that's my way.
Awesome. I love that. That's very good. Great philosophy. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, I love that, Annie. That is such brilliant wisdom. So, one thing for me is be congruent. And what I mean by that is be who you are, look how you look. So, oftentimes I meet people and they don't look, that photo was taken 30 years ago. So look how you look, be who you are. If you're a little quirky, like you see me on here, I'm a little quirky. When you meet me on a coffee chat, I'm still going to be a little quirky, right? I'm not going to be a totally different person. So hopefully that helps. Great question.
Absolutely. Thank you. Azan, did you put your hand up?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
there.
I did. If Cora, that's a great question. Thank you so much, Leah and Amy, for the good response. One thing I will encourage is don't try to impress. Most people network with people trying to impress others. By trying to impress, you are becoming who you are not. So being your best self, like Leah said, say it the way you want to say it. Just be yourself. In trying to impress people, you become uncomfortable, and people can sense it when you are not being your true self. So being your true self when it comes to a simple conversation is the best way for you to gain people's trust. So that's my take on that. I'll give my back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So for me, I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. Like, people don't care how much you know until they know you care, right? So the best way to establish trust is to learn about other people, right? Leah will trust me more if I spend so much time finding out what she does. How can I help you? How can I help you build your business? How can I help you get more followers? Like, she starts to trust me, right? But if I start by saying, "Oh, Leah, you need to buy what I have. I mean, this will help you, will change your life, it will change your generation's life." She's less likely to get anything right from me, right? So you build trust by learning about other people. And it's funny because it's the opposite of what most people do, right? I went to a seminar many years ago, and the guy said, if you want to truly be successful, do the exact opposite of what most people do. And I'm like, wow, that's powerful. Do the exact opposite of what most people do, right? And that's listening to others, getting to know them. So great question. Great question. All right. Let's see if I got that question from Mr. Azilbi, I believe. Not yet. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Either you send it to me or call, because I wanna address it. All right. So let's keep going to our next question. Here's the question from Coral from London, England. From your experience, do you have any tips for introverts to help them effectively network and build strong professional connections? Introverts, that's a great question. I get that every day. Oh, Eric, you don't understand. I'm an introvert. I don't even talk to people. I don't even like people. I hear that too. I don't even like people. All right, go ahead, Leah. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, that is hysterical. You know what? You've been touching on it all day, all morning, which is you don't have to be a great entertainer. You just have to be a great listener. Let's learn how to ask some questions, look at their profile, find some things out about them, and then listen. And then here's another golden nugget. Take notes. Wow, that's wonderful. You know what, Eric? I love what you said. I'd rather have 100 friends, genuine friends, rather than having 1,000, a million connections. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. What does that say to them? They're like, wow, they're really listening to me. And I mean, be genuine about it. Don't just like say something is great if it's not, right? You're looking for that wisdom in them. So hopefully that helps.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead, Eddie.
You know, introvert. I think, aren't we all introverts? I'm sure we are. You know, in business, you have to relate to people. There's no other way. People are your customers. People are people. It's all about people in business, so you have to deal with people. The thing I would say is, look, approach the situation with giving others what can help them in mind. You know, I mean that sincerely. You know, so it's when we start thinking of ourselves, and I start thinking, oh, I must perform, as Queen Leah just said. You know, I must perform. That's when we start thinking, oh, I'm not very good at performing in public. I don't enjoy it. Right? Look at it the other way. How can I help this person? You wouldn't know until you actually speak to them, right? So your introversion disappears. Someone's trying to talk with you again. What are they trying to say? How are they trying to help you? How can you help? I always think, how can I help? How can I help them? That takes the pressure from you onto them, and then all you can do is deliver your words, your intentions, right? And if it comes out badly, so what? They'll still take it because you have good intentions. That's how I get over my introversion. After the show, I turn everything off and hide in a dark room, right? I do. Just saying.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Zana.
Yes. Cora, another great question again. For me, one thing I do is plan and prepare. As an introvert, don't just go to a networking event just like that. You have to plan, you have to prepare. If it means you rehearsing what you have to say again and again and again in your bedroom, please do it. There's something I call mirror networking. Now, imagine I'm going to a networking event. I've never met Mr. Eric before. What do? I go to my mirror and assume Eric is in my mirror. And I talk to him as if I'm meeting him already physically. So when I meet him physically, I'm literally replicating what I've rehearsed, what I planned, what I prepared in the mirror. And the conversation becomes much more easier. So as an introvert preparing to go for a networking event, don't just go because it's a networking event. Make sure you plan, make sure you prepare. For me, that's the tip I'll share with you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I would just say this. Many people use that whole thing of I'm an introvert as an excuse not to meet people, not to get out there and share their value in the world. So if you're one of those people, today is the day that you're going to change. Today is the day that you're going to say, you know what? I have a voice. I want to share. I'm going to share what I have to share. I'm not going to worry about what people think, say, or do. Right? When you worry so much about what people think or say, then you don't want to say anything. You don't want to share anything. Okay. So that's what I would implore you to do is to stop saying, oh, I'm an introvert. I don't like to talk to people. Say I'm getting better at connecting with people. Say stuff like that and share. I'm getting better at connecting with people. Right. So some of you don't know, but I used to be very shy in high school. I was a teacher, a particular teacher that put me out in front of the class and made me give a speech, but I was very, very shy. Right. And I was always, at the time, the reason I was shy is because I was afraid that I would say something that people make fun of me about. Right. But once I switched that and I didn't worry about what people said, I started to shine. I was like a caterpillar became a butterfly. I was in an elevator once with my sons, and we got in the elevator, and there was a guy there. I started talking to the guy. I found out where he was from and why he was in the city. And then as we were going up, two ladies came in, and I started talking to them, and they told me why they were there. And I introduced the guys to the lady while we were in the elevator going up. And my son said, "Oh my God, Dad, how are you able to do that? Like, you don't even know these people, and you're like introducing someone you just met." I said, because people are generally good. They just don't want to talk. So if you start talking to them, you'll notice how many friends you can connect with, right? Now, there was a time I would never do that, but now I'm able to do that because of experience. Right? I've just met so many people, right? So yeah, so you don't have to do what I said, what I did. Okay, but just when you're in and say hi. You can say hi, right? It's okay, right? Just say hi. How you doing? Good to see you. What brings you to the city? Something, right? So anyway, that's what I would do. All right, so let's keep going. By the way, if you have a question, put it in the chat. Say question and then put it in the chat. All right. But in the meantime, we're going with our good friend Carl, who has another question. Can you share a time when a strategic business relationship opened up an unexpected door? And what made the connection so impactful? That's an impactful question. All right, that's an impactful question. Who would like to share first? All right, Leah.
Yeah, I would say this is a great question. When it says, what does it say? Impactful connection. You never know what connection is going to be impactful. So I have had introductions made for me by people I never met. I never had a coffee chat with, but I'm constantly sending them invites, bringing them value, right? Sending them ebooks and stuff. And so it doesn't always have to be somebody that you had a great connection with. It could be somebody that's watching you on social media. Like Zion alluded to, they saw how you treated other people. They saw how you're showcasing other people, and now they're impressed by that. And maybe they don't need your services, but they have another opportunity for you. So you never know. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's listening to you. You never know who's watching you. So that's a phenomenal question. Great question, Coral.
Very good. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, yeah. No, look, I guess I'm easily inspired. I love living that world of wow, really? It's a great place to be, and yeah, I think I end up having many people influence me. If I had to pick one, I might say I really could say all of Queen Leah, Eric, as I really could I could say that and be quite honest. Yeah, I guess if I had to choose one, maybe my mindset coach, Donna Martin, because it's a strategic business relationship. So for me, it's about someone who opened my mind to the possibilities of the science of positivity and mindfulness. And so now, since that day, my world has changed. My relationships, with, at home, with my friends, my family, and in my business. So as Queen Leah says, you never know who will make that difference. So build those relationships. Genuinely engage with people. Genuinely, live with people that you know. I use those words deliberately. Live with them in a real sense. And some doors will open that you least expect them to have to happen to you. They always do, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. For anybody else, did I get everybody? Yeah. For me, they're just actually too many to name. Like people think a door is open when you meet somebody and he makes you $100,000. No. A door is open by the connections you make on a regular basis, right? It was at one of my events that I met Coral. That's a door that opened, right? We worked together, right? It was at an event that I met everybody on here, all my speakers. That's a door that opened, right? So it's what you do on a daily basis that creates your success, your big time success, right? So every event I do, almost, there's a benefit. There's a benefit. I'm helping people, but I'm also benefiting, right? I'm also benefiting. So that's a great question. So by the way, for everybody that's on the call, remember, this is a forum to learn and grow. We don't promote our businesses in here, right? If anybody promotes anything, we'll just delete them from here. And look, here's the thing, folks. Nobody is going to go and buy your stuff when you come in a group like this and you're like, oh, buy this, click here. No one's clicking, right? You just look foolish, right? So don't do it. You just look foolish, right? Because everybody else is trying to learn from each other and learn and grow, right? So yeah, so don't do that. That's not how to connect. That's not how to build relationships, right? You want to build relationships. You don't just want to go into calls and say, buy this and see how many people are going to get it. No one's buying. No one's clicking on your stuff. I'm just trying to help somebody today because I'm helping somebody today, right? Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so as we round up, okay, let me see. Okay, so this will be the last question, and we'll have to wrap up in about 5 minutes or so. So as you answer this question, tell us how we can reach you. For my panelists, how we can reach you. If you have anything you want to share, this is the time to do it. All right. So real quick, round robin. From your experience, what daily or weekly things help you to stay connected to people who matter most in your network? That's a great question. Who would like to go first? Go ahead, Eddie.
Can I only one? I'll say no. I think mindfulness is it's a good place to start my day because I can quieten the mind. I can put myself in a happy state. That's a state that I want to be in where I focus on the right things. Now, apart from my meditation is visualizing the people who I want to get to know more and better.
Mm-hmm.
And again, so that all works for me, but thinking alone does not do it for me. I have to actually do, and that do for me is WhatsApp calls, conversations, Zoom meetings. I meet people, like I say, at least 3 times a week, every week. So.
Very good. Very good. Tell us how we can reach you and anything.
Sorry about that. Please, you find me on LinkedIn on most days. I got a show later on today. Come and join me. I put my profile in the comments. I'd love to know what you do. We're talking about relationships. Let's build one, my friends. Connect with me and let's have a coffee chat.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Who else? Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a great question. I just say, just be authentic. If you're not being authentic, if you're not being transparent and being really who you are, people will not want to stay connected with you. They may connect with you, but then they're going to disengage, right? They're not going to really participate. So it's really about being who you truly are, being transparent. Best way to reach out to me, I'm all over social media. LinkedIn is definitely my home. You can also download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, and it is easy. On my smart link is leahgarcia.io, and I will put in the chat. Thank you so much, Eric.
All right, you're welcome. And definitely get that ebook of hers. It was powerful. I learned a lot from it. So you definitely want to grab that while it's still free, because she's probably going to start charging soon. So you guys drop it, go get it. All right. Let's see. Zion, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eric, Leah, and Amy for the great response. One thing I do that keeps me, think about the people that matters most is I intentionally think about them. It's very, very important. Intentionally think about them and then reach out. So don't just think about people and let it go. You can reach out. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? How was your night? I'm wishing you a great day. Oh, good evening. I hope your day was great. I just checked in. Things like that can go a long way to help you stay consistently connected with people. So it's not just enough to think about them, also do well to reach out. Those little reach out, checking up on people goes a long way to make a huge difference and continuously build that relationship that you want to see. And for anyone who wants to reach out to me, I'm always on LinkedIn, Zion Inogero. The only one you can find on LinkedIn is a positive energy. Do well to reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of embracing positivity together intentionally. So thank you so much, Mr. Eric. I yield my back to you.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Okay, so we are about to close for today. I just want to, first of all, appreciate every my speakers, obviously, for what you do, jumping on this call. You help so many people. I get testimonials every week from people just say, thank you so much for having these people on. I learned so much, right? So I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that joins us every week. We're here every week. So for the people that are here for the first time, Mrs. Zilby and everybody, you can come here every single week. And guess what I charge for this? What I charge is you have to tell somebody. Just like Annie told you, you have to tell somebody. All right. Yeah. So we pay it forward here. We pay it forward. We share with other people. You know, if you got something out of it, you have a friend, you have a family member, you have a co-worker that can benefit from this. You know, all you have to do is say, hey, there's a call at 7:00. It's powerful. There's some great speakers. I always learn something. Jump on. We're here at 7:00 Eastern time every Monday morning, unless maybe it's Christmas or something. But actually, on Christmas, I think we were here last time. I was back here on Christmas, which is wild. But, you know, we just love to give value. We just love to give value. So, again, if you are interested in either speaking on my stage or learning about my stage, go to studiospeaking.com. By the way, we do have a new affiliate program. So if you know somebody that you think may be a good fit to speak on the stage, let me know who it is. Connect me with them. If they end up speaking on my stage, I will send you a very, very lucrative amount of money. People are making a lot of money doing that. So yeah. So just contact me if you want to find more details, right? Details about that. Studiospeaking.com, the #1 stage in the world for coaches, authors, speakers. Oh my goodness. We now have over 30 testimonials on there. We actually have more. I haven't put them on because people are getting the benefit from it, right? And I want to, people say, hey, is it like TED Talk? It's bigger, y'all. It's bigger than TED Talk. Okay. So that, if you want to know, it's bigger. Check it out. Studiospeaking.com. All right. So appreciate everybody. We will see you next week, same time. Okay, it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with you this morning. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.